All right. It's on. Let me see. Pull that down a bit. That way I'm not looking to the heavens so much. All right, here we go. My lighting is spooky. I should have. All right, that's all right. I can be mysterious today. Oh, man. All right. It is Thursday. Although I change the days around sometimes, but it is time to ramble.
The weekly ramble.
This is the segment where I take a timer, set it for 22 minutes, and ramble about art. Here we go. Kind of cool. I had been toying with the idea of, I've done it before where I just live stream myself in the studio. And I think maybe, I don't know. It's just weird. I couldn't get it to work because the internet in the room I'm painting in currently wouldn't hit. But my friend gave me an extender for my modem, and I got it to work today, and it was cool. It was weird thinking about it because he gave it to me a few weeks ago, but I guess part of me was still nervous because as much as I like uh, sharing pretty much everything creatively, there's still the personal side of a person. Because this is my house is my studio, and so like I think one night somebody asked if I could give a tour, and I'm like, it's like my no. So and I forget sometimes that that's okay because especially as artists, like a lot of what we do is about expression and connecting, and sometimes the boundaries get blurry. But anyway, I got the setup where I want it. I think I'll just be doing that. I didn't film all of my studio time, but because I think it's weird, even though I was getting in the zone, I still felt like the camera was on me. Especially, a few people comment or like, yeah, I saw a comment here and there, and so I don't know. It's that's a weird balance as well. Like even time lapses, it's a different energy when you're creating, in contrast to just sitting there and being that. I do like not like if I guess it doesn't matter because I had no sound going. But I know when I would do Facebook lives, if I had music in the background, it would uh it would mute. I sometimes maybe stop the stream, which sucks. So I had headphones in. It was but I don't know, it was cool. I My reason for doing that is multifaceted. I love to share the process. And I think a lot of questions that I get asked will be answered if somebody just hops onto the live sessions. But also, I don't know, I'm just looking at all the things that are available. And really, I've been wanting to do that a long time. Credit to Freakbook, my friend Nick, who jumped on the podcast. He's a friend, whether he wants to be or not. He's a homie. Now, I really vibed when he jumped on the dual ramble, and he kind of reminded me about the live stream. So thank you, and yeah, I'll just keep doing that. And if people, I am shocked at that anyone was awake. I know the I don't know. I'm an insomniac by nature, but also it's not by choice that I'm in the studio that late. And what sucks is sometimes the time just floats by, and it's 5 a.m. The party's still going. It's all right. But yeah, I did have a good groove going. I've got more big league pieces going, and then like the Simpsons character. I'm really enjoying that series. It's funny, my children asked me about the Simpsons, and we watched the first episode. It was cool. It was cool to do that with them. It's nice. I talk about it a lot, but just watching them develop, very, very awesome. That's probably where that series came from, was their interest. They have a lot of weight on what I produce. It's a fountain that just keeps giving. Some days they slowly kill me, but that's all right. Not really. I survive. But yeah, that is why the studio time is so important, and I don't miss it. I don't miss a session. I don't always come back, and I take lately. I've been taking breaks from the rambles or the nightlies when I need it, because yeah, just a lot going on. But back to the multifacetedness of the live stream, it's just I'm always thinking about there's a studio, there's the pieces, there's the documentation, like the pictures, and then all the other stuff. And to me, it's about sharing and connecting, but it's also marketing. And I was looking at everything, and I'm like, I'm doing a lot. And then it becomes, what else can I do? And so that is something else. And I like the setup, because I think before I tried streaming, but I would look up and I'd see me looking at me, and that's weird for me. and and I don't know. I think I tried just different things. I don't know how interesting this is, but just I don't know if you're thinking about live streaming, maybe it is. But I tried just focusing on the canvas, but then that feels weird. And so I got this aerial shot going, and that felt right. Like I could look, I could check in on the screen, because I wasn't looking the whole time. I was very much there. And yeah, it's weird. It's, yeah. I think it would be less weird if you had a team working for you, which I aspire to. But I don't know. Then another part of me thinks maybe it's not necessary. Like that was suffice to say, it was a cool experience. Yeah, yeah, but the music thing, that was fine. I had headphones in, but which I'm not crazy about headphones. I like music going. I don't know. I feel like it just hits me more when it's not in my headphones, when it's echoing. It's it's important. And one of my kids agrees because we were in here the other day, and she's like, "It's so quiet." I was like, "You're right. We need music." She's like, "Yeah," because the music's always going. So it's important, man. But yeah, long week. Got some commissions going. Got I don't know. Got some other ideas I'm batting around. I need to flesh out some, I guess, multimedia pieces. A friend sent me like a panel of cards, of uncut cards. I need to get to those. Yeah. I was laughing about one night I went on a rant about pour paint. I guess it was the last ramble. So it was here we go again. But no, I was wrong. It is the purpose of pour paint is when people throw these in the trash, I get to collect them and paint over them. And the textures are sometimes kind of nice. So if I would love it if there was a pour paint community and they come after me. Bring it. Bring it. I will debate what a waste of paint this is. Any pour paint manufacturers. I probably won't be getting a sponsorship from them. It's okay. I can live with that. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Maybe I should be like singing in the studio. I always come on here. I realized I haven't spoken for a long time, like some hours, and yeah, so I sound raspy or fading. I don't know. Man, yeah, I don't know. I'm still like I think glowing from the live stream experience. It was cool. I always enjoyed painting live. Actually, I remember the very first time I was so nervous. My friend Shelly, she used to do it a lot, and as far as painting, I I was just starting to do things publicly, and had not even fathomed painting live. But then she told me it was like this party, and they had a dinner, and then you would have all these canvas with you, and they'd come up to you and request like anything really. Then you'd paint it live, and yeah, very intimidating sounding. But then she told me, how much she would make doing that, and I said, okay. And I always remember uh, the first person comes up and they request. It was near the beach, so they request a fish. And so I'm like, yeah, all right. And start going, and it was weird because like somebody's watching you. 'Cause they're watching, and then I'm just going, like very nervous, really, until I kind of hear murmurs of approval, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." It did. But my favorite, like figurative, was cool. But there was this one lady that wanted a beach scene. At that time, I had not. I'm not. I'm still probably not a scenery guy. I've done them, and they're cool. I've done different. Those are usually by request, but I've probably done some landscape type stuff for myself, but yeah, I remember she said I want a beach, but I wanted abstract. Like so, and I'm still, I was a few paintings in, but I'm still nervous about this process. Still feeling vulnerable. I remember taking the brush, and did it again, did it again, and I start like etching waves. And then I hear like, "Oh yeah," I'm like, "Oh yeah," I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, so yeah, the I guess just it is an intimate thing to create. So to share that, it's not the easiest thing. And to this day, like even I was setting up the live stream, well, like okay, I still have that feeling, but but I don't know. I like that people are into it. I guess the other thing is that I was thinking about was that whole thing of boundary. You know, I I don't have like a massive following, but I have a following, and so I'm conscious that yeah, people are watching. I think when you feel like nobody is watching, yeah, you're a lot more fearless. But as your numbers start to climb, as you get more interaction, mm, that trepidation comes in. It's natural, but it's nothing I think that should stop anyone. It's just about regulating what you will show, and yeah, having those important boundaries. Yeah, I don't. I get confused between doing these and the musings. I felt like I hit a conclusion there. I'm like, this has been the nightly music, but no, I'm not. I'm not in that segment. This goes back to my. There are different versions of a person, and so there's nightly musing me. There's weekly ramble me. Now there's live stream studio me, which that one's easy. It's you don't even see my face. You see my hair. So, but then dual ramble me, that's different. Because I'm actually talking to somebody. And then there's me. There's daily me. There's dead me. All right. I can tell. What time is it? I can tell it's later when my mind goes to these places. But that's funny. I, I was listening to Joe Rogan talk about. I guess he was high He starts contemplating existence and dolphins and all this, and it's like, wow, like I do that without being high. Like, what's more is I've done it since I was a kid. I remember my mom asking her. I was very fast. I was 6, I think. I said, "Okay, so I was born here at this time. Where was I before that? What was I?" She's like, "What do you mean? You were an embryo." I'm like, "Before that, before all that." I asked questions early, apparently, because I remember being conscious of that, and I think that's what triggered it was that I saw how a human came to be, but I was like, what was before that? Why can't I remember? It was nothing. What is that? What is nothing? What is being nothing? How is it that I was nothing and then now I'm something? And then when you die, you're nothing. But yeah, I was doing that at 6 years old, and I still do it, and it still freaks me out. That's still like, yeah. And even I guess that's how I got to study philosophy. Was these are real questions. They're that everyone has. And I think the thing I took away from philosophy, because I had a good teacher initially that would show us the gamut of, what mankind up to that time had put together as far as answers, and how many different answers there were, and how, as hard as someone can, I guess, pretend to have an answer, no one does. And reflecting even deeper on that, I think that's how I came to pursue expression. Because really, post Ramble here, really, I often say I don't know what happens when I go in there. That's me, but I don't. Sometimes it feels like it's not me. Like something else pushes all that. Like something pushes all this creation around me. And that's weird. It's a lot of fun, and it makes me happy. But it's weird. All right. I'm gonna turn in. I should get some sleep. But if you hung out, thanks for hanging out. And yeah, this has been the Weekly Ramble. Signing out.
The Weekly Ramble.
Thanks for joining. I'll bebop out as well.
Bebop.
Bye.